for land in the Florida Panhandle. Today, I'm going to cover our 0.37 acre lot in Washington County that is priced at $14,000. And in about 20 minutes, I will go over everything you might need to know before you decide whether this lot is for you or not. So let's look at where we are. And this property is again in the Florida Panhandle. We are in a more rural community here outside of Sunny Hills in Washington County. So you can see the surrounding area is still fairly undeveloped, but having said that, there are a number of homes here. So this lot is for someone who's looking for a more affordable lot in an area where you are not going to have many neighbors, where you'll have some more privacy, a little more space to do your thing. It is not, however, for someone who's looking for a lot right in the middle of the city with all city amenities, right by major jobs, employers, and also with all, public water and sewer and all of that. So that's something to keep in mind. And here's what the property looks like. So here's the street view. We have the panorama. It does have access via an improved road. You can see that here. And the lot is in an area that's still pretty green. There are also some lakes nearby. As I was saying, this is really for someone who's looking for a more private, quiet, out-of-the-way spot, either for maybe a vacation home. There are also power lines nearby. You can see that in the drone footage. So he's looking maybe for a vacation home, a new spot to move to that's a little quieter than what you have now, or if you're just looking for like an affordable investment property to add to your portfolio. So you can see the surrounding area here. There are some homes. People are living here. Development is coming to this area. But you still have a lot of the greenery, as you can see from the drone footage. Okay, so that is the property. We can see some more photos here. And just in terms of nearby amenities, so there is a lake right here, Boat Lake. There's a swimming park too in the nearby vicinity, some other water features a little further away. But all of this is to say there is a lot of recreation in the nearby vicinity. And of course, a big question might be, how close am I to basic amenities? Because I think most people that I've spoken with are looking for a property where you do have a little more peace and quiet. I've heard buyers talk about, I don't want my neighbors complaining if my dog is barking all day, that sort of area where you have more privacy, less neighbors, more space. But most people don't want to be too far from like a grocery store and a hospital. So let's see where the nearest market is. And so we do have a Dollar General and a DG Market. We're about halfway between those two. The exact distance. Oops, I pulled up the wrong one, sorry. All right, so yeah, we're only about 8 minutes to Dollar General. It's actually very close. There's a Northwest Florida. There's an equestrian center nearby as well. And for hospitals, there is a clinic up here, which is about 18 minutes away. So there's also a golf club nearby, churches, all the basic stuff you might need is not too far away. And if you did want to check out the surrounding area, we do have a link to the approximate GPS coordinates on our listing page. I'll also say that if you wanted to visit the property, you can pull up the coordinates in Google Maps to get directions. And you don't actually need permission to go visit the property. Feel free to go at any time. But that would bring me to, I think, the second biggest question that I get whenever I'm talking to land buyers, and that is, what can I do with the property? So the zoning here is mixed use residential. It is actually, if we pull up the zoning ordinance, it is actually in the Sunny Hills mixed use area. So this allows both a big picture in the area. It allows both commercial and residential uses. And in the zoning ordinance, you can see all the allowable uses in this particular location. But the main thing is that residential single-family homes are allowed. And you can see that here. Now, I will note, according to our research, mobile homes are not allowed, although modular would be if they're placed on a slab. This is also not an RV lot. That's important to note as well. You wouldn't be able to live full-time in an RV here, or like park your RV and camp. This is a lot for someone who would be looking to build a home, or who's looking maybe in the future to build a home, or who just wants an investment property. All right. Now, another major thing that is asked often in Florida is whether a property is in a special hazard flood zone, because a lot of Florida, of course, has that issue. So this property is not in a special hazard flood zone. We are in the Panhandle, so that area is maybe a little better from that perspective. So that means you're not necessarily required to get flood insurance or elevate your building. And in terms of terrain, the property is pretty flat. So you can see here, So as you can see here, there is a little bit of a slope, but it's not too bad. And there are no wetlands on the property, which is also important because wetlands can prevent building. And that's another issue in Florida, in particular in southern Florida, maybe less so in this area. And I will note that electricity is about, according to our research, 135 meters from the property. And this would, but public water should be available for connection. A septic system would be required. So if we take a quick look at the soils, this property actually has a mix of two different soils, according to this report. Part of the property, it has the same soil profile as a number of the lots that do have homes on them. And then the back portion, let's check the soil report to see. Right, so they're both two different kinds of sand, lakeland sand soils. The back is just a little more sloped, not too bad, but a little more sloped. And then the front portion, again, this part has similar soil to these other lots where people have built homes, so that's generally a good sign for septic. All right, and the final thing, of course, is how much would it cost you to, oh, hello. Thank you for joining. To hold on to the property if you didn't want to build right away or you were getting this for an investment. So the annual taxes are only about $116, making this pretty affordable. It's not going to break the bank to buy it and build later or hold it. All right, so that brings us to price and owner financing. Now, before I dive into this, I do want to introduce myself quickly. So my name is Erica. I have a company that sells vacant land. Our mission is to help people across the country become landowners and build their own version of the American dream. We've been in business for about 7 years, and we've helped close to 700 people become new landowners. Our website is land.goatcap.com. You can find all of our listings there. I will note that we are not real estate agents. We only sell properties our company owns, so we are able to offer owner financing on all of our lots. And we do work throughout the entire U.S., but we have a number of properties in Florida, if that is your state of interest. And today we are looking at property number 834 on New Moon Drive. It's 0.37 acres in Washington County. So if you did want to find this property on our website, go to number 834. Quick note, this is our internal numbering system, so you're not going to find this number on the deed. If you did want to do some research with the county, the assessor's parcel number is here. All right, so the lot is priced at $13,997 plus the dock fee, and we do offer owner financing. Now, you're not going to see set owner financing terms on the website, and that is because we do like to tailor our terms to meet the needs of each individual buyer. So what we do say is, if you're interested in owner financing, please reach out to us and let us know what kind of monthly payment and down payment would work for your budget. I will just note that the higher the down payment, the lower the interest rate. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about your budget. And if you did want to give us a call to go over the property and owner financing, you can go to call.goatcap.com. But I do want to be upfront about one other term with owner financing, and that is we do say there's no building on or living on the property until the end of the loan term. And this is for liability reasons, but you can use the property for recreational purposes as long as you're in compliance with all local rules and regulations. And you can make minor improvements like clearing, grading, fencing, as generally anything that doesn't require a permit. And so just let us know if you'd like to do any of that upfront when you give us a call, and we'll work with you. The other thing I'll say is there's no prepayment penalty, so you can always pay off the loan early when you're ready to start building and save on interest. In fact, we will give you cash back if you pay off early. So if you pay off in 6 months, you'll get 5% cash back on the purchase price. And if you pay off in 12 months, you'll get 2.5% cash back on the purchase price. Now, another thing that I have often heard from buyers is that vacant land can be a little bit more challenging. A lot of, especially first-time buyers, are worried that maybe they weren't able to do all of the due diligence properly before going ahead and purchasing the property. So to try and solve for that, we did create the 365-day land exchange guarantee. It's sort of like our GPS system for owner financing. If life happens, you get stuck, or you find the property doesn't work for you for whatever reason, we can reroute you to a different property within that first year of the owner financing term. So you would have to pay another dock fee, but anytime in that first year, you can reach out to us, let us know you would like to switch to a different property in our inventory, and we will move all of the principal you've paid over to the new property and let you move forward with the lot that really works best for you. The other thing I'll say is that every purchase does also come with a landowner success bundle. And this is a set of 9 bonuses we created to help you get the most from your land. These bonuses are free with every purchase. And they include exclusive offers with mobile home manufacturers and dealers. So discounts you would only get by buying vacant land from us. I also host monthly landowner Q&A calls in case you have any questions after you purchase the property. So you can ask them one-on-one to me. Every purchase also comes with a complimentary vacation voucher valid for a 3-night hotel stay in one of over 50 global locations, along with a hotel savings card that has a $500 value. And these are designed to offset the cost of a move or a visit to the property, or maybe just a vacation to celebrate land ownership. You can also request a free 30-minute architectural consultation with me if you are looking to build, because I do have a background in architecture, so we can go over the cost of, or next steps for construction, what you might need to consider, the high-level permitting process, those sorts of things. Every purchase also comes with a homesteading guide, building and zoning guide, post-closing checklist, and neighbor lookup tutorial. These, again, do all come free with every purchase. You'll get the bonuses once the deed's recorded, so that's either up front with a cash purchase or at the end of the loan term with owner financing. And if you did want to, if this property sounds good to you and you wanted to do a little more research, call us to talk about owner financing. I do always recommend that you hold the property because a lot of our lots do go fast. In fact, a lot of our lots do go fast. In fact, this is actually one of our most viewed properties. So if you're really interested in it, I do recommend that you hold the property. It's only $50 for 2 days. You can hold for up to 8 days. When you hold the property, it does take it off market. So you can call us, visit the property, call the county, do what you need to do without worrying that someone else will take the property. And that hold fee would be applied to the purchase price once you move forward with the purchase. In fact, the hold fee would be applied to the purchase price of any property as long as you buy within 90 days. So if you decide a different one works better for you, you can transfer the hold fee amount to that property. Right. And of course, if you have any questions about this property or any of our properties, you can give us a call at call.goatcap.com. That would be to schedule a call with me directly. And if you're also really in the market for a deal, we do have our free land giveaway. We do this twice a year to get the word out about our company. So the next one is on July 4th. We will be giving away the lowest value property in our inventory. If you'd be interested in participating, you can find all the details at freelandgiveaway.com or just go to our YouTube homepage, search Gokce Capital, and go down to Freeland Giveaway Promotion. My partner and I are also live every day at 5 p.m. Eastern. We do free property reviews. So if you're looking at properties right now and you would like a free opinion on a property you're interested in, join us any day at 5 p.m. Eastern and leave your property in the chat. Other than that, thank you for